welcome to the SDSU Press office. I'm currently in it. You are the author of CATARACT BLUES, which I have right here in front of me. But please introduce yourself and your upcoming book in as many or few words as you would like.
Well, my name is Roger Rosenblatt. I've written a number of books, and this book, CATARACT BLUES, is by far the most experimental book I've written. Doesn't really have any plot. It has 3 lines of thought, I guess, 3 lines of images: memory, mystery, and the color blue. And the color blue came to me when I had a cataract operation a number of months ago. And it's interesting, I don't know, you're too young to have cataracts, but I was told that cataracts particularly modify the color blue. You don't really see it very well. And I clearly did not. And suddenly the operation comes and I can see everything, especially blue. So the gift of that got me thinking about the color, got me thinking about the mysteries that go into living things, the importance of the invisible things and the importance of the inaudible things, the secret music that we don't hear, the people that we don't see, but nonetheless that are important to our lives, all things. And then I just threw them together in this book.
Perfect. What a beautiful answer. You did say that this was your most experimental work. Personally, when I read it almost like a puzzle. There's a blend of writing styles in this book, no doubt, because you were a columnist, a novelist, a playwright. How would you recommend readers to approach this book? In other words, if you were to put together like a reading guide for it.
With cash in their hands, they should approach it.
That's a good one. That's a good start.
When I say that, I know Bill is going to love that answer because the only guy's more money crazy about the book business than I am is he. He charges me for conversations. So yes, I do. I want people to. I don't want them to approach the book in a sense. A friend, Jane Pauley, asked me. I'm dipping into the book just different pages at a time. Is that okay? And I said that's great. I mean, that's just a perfect way to read the book. But it does read consecutively. And I would just say, just follow me. The reason it's called Running the Keyboard is that I played a little jazz piano, and one way you can find a tune is simply start playing your tune. So in a way, I'm playing the tune of this, and I'm trying to find it. And sometimes I mess up, and sometimes I don't. And the great thing about jazz, Toki, is that when you mess up, you actually don't mess up. When you make a mistake, you make something good of the mistake. So you make a mistake, then you make another mistake, then you make a third mistake to make it seem intentional. And sure enough, you have a composition of mistakes, like life. Life is just a compendium of mistakes. So follow me, I say to the reader. Stay with me as I run the keyboard, and let's see what we discover together. And that's the pattern of the book. Let's discover it together.
Well, on the subject of mistakes, I don't know if this is too much for you to divulge, under the perfect curtain of authorship, but is there anything that you made a mistake with that you just ran with in the book? Anything that wasn't supposed to be in the book?
Only the choice of publisher. That was just a disaster. But everything else, I am totally blessed with Brother Bill. He has been as good an accidental find as I've ever had in writing, and he's very gifted himself. He's a gifted designer. Has some beautiful ideas. Put this book together. Look how pretty this book is. This is called a French flap, and what that means is that you've got this beautiful structure of flaps that are independent of the body of the text, and then you have this beautiful blue which he simulated, which is really a Matisse blue that he found because Jules Pfeiffer, of whom I will speak in a minute. Jules Pfeiffer was using that blue in the book, so Bill, bless him, finds the blue. So every blue in this book is that color. And then it was one lucky thing after another. Bill and I found each other. I guess I found Jules because I knew Jules my whole life. Jules was enthusiastic about it. And so we have our little piano player and 7 or 8 other drawings in the book. All by Jules, by the way, Toki, who is effectively blind or getting there. He has macular degeneration. He can no longer read. So his wife, Joan, reads him. She read him the book, and he imagined the book. That's how he had to do it, you know? So in a way, it's just the way you want a reader to do it. He imagined the book, and I mean, just look at this cover. This cover, I suppose this is me playing away. But all this stuff up here, this is the secret music. This is what I talk about when I talk about secret music. A whole beautiful music we live with that we sometimes don't even hear because it is secret music. And I talk about Irish soldiers who were said to hear the secret music. And so Jules, out of his wonderful imagination, creates the picture of the secret.
And for everyone at home, Jules Pfeiffer is the illustrator of this copy right here, as well as some on the back as well. Do you mind talking a little bit about him, about your relationship with him? Just
yeah,
a quick rundown.
We have known each other. We used to be drinking buddies, then he couldn't drink anymore. So I decided to take up the slack.
Right, of course, naturally.
Well, it's only fair. I think we have known each other close to 50 years. And that must be ridiculous to you. I mean, how can people be friends for 50 years when I'm only 2? But no, people can be friends for 50 years. And excuse me. Never. He always would send me drawings. He sent me framed drawings of things, which were treasures to me. When I retired from teaching, he sent me a beautiful drawing. That was just 7 months ago. And then he came to that retirement party, and that took an act of courage. You can barely see, but he made his way from little upstate New York down to Greenwich Village in Manhattan to this party. And I don't know how I think Bill was canny enough to suggest, would Jules possibly do the illustrations? And I'm pretty sure it was Bill and not me who came up with the idea. And I saw this ask. As soon as he saw the book, he didn't see the book. I guess he heard the book. As soon as he heard the book, he said, sure. And within, I don't know, a week, he had all the illustrations done.
That is incredible. That's really a test of friendship, including your friends and your business. Doesn't always work out, but it did for you. So how beautiful.
I was so blessed, really blessed to have him do this and to add his wonderful talent and intelligence to the book.
So